Hey guys, it's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. Well, my friends, today we're doing something a little different yet again. I woke up and realized I need to create a birthday present for my daughter for a birthday party this weekend, and I had today off of work, so what better way to start the day than to do a little bit of coffee dyed paper. Now, usually when I'm at work and this sort of thing happens to me, I send a job to the printer and it prints out like all this gobbledygook on my paper. I used to get cranky. I don't get cranky anymore because now I'm like, hey, yay, more paper that I get to play with, that I get to take home and make something new. So I used up all these, not all of them, obviously you can see I have a ton more, but these kind of gobbledygook printing pages, and I just quickly did some coffee dyeing, and I got some really interesting textures and looks from my coffee dyed paper. I just simply put it into like a pan, mixed up some coffee, put it into a pan, soaked my papers, took them out, laid them on another pan, and then baked them at 400. Now you can still see the print, you see little print mishaps on there. That doesn't bother me because I'm going to cover those up, and even if they do show, I don't care. I think it looks cool. But I got some really, like, look at this, some really interesting pieces. And then what I do is I bake them at about 400, just until they're not quite dry. They're still a little bit damp, and then I take them out because I don't want them to get too brittle, because if you over bake them, they're going to become really hard and brittle and crack, and you definitely don't want that. So I kind of underbake them a bit, and then I bring them downstairs, and I have a heat press. And so I put them in my heat press, 2 pages at a time. So like if you do like heat transfer vinyl or make t-shirts and stuff with a Silhouette or Cricut, that's the heat press machine that I have, and it works wonderfully to flatten and kind of finish drying out the rest of my pages and makes them all beautifully smooth. Some of them have a little bit of wrinkle texture to them, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, so that's what I use my heat press for these days, is ironing out my coffee dyed paper. So I have a whole bunch of these, and then I also have some from previous dyeing. So this is some blue ones, and I should have some more. Maybe I have them down here already folded. I have some that I did from, yeah. So this is my Distress ink papers, so maybe we want to use a few of these as well. Take a couple blues out, a couple pinks, and a couple of these greeny yellow ones. Oh, maybe do we want an orange or yellow? No, that's too bright. I kind of want to keep it maybe in these tones. So what I want to do is, this is a new friend for my daughter that she met at her new school. And her friend's name is Olive. Isn't that a great name? And what did Olive's mom say? I asked what she wanted for her birthday. And let me just read what I thought that was just really sweet. Her mom said, Olive enjoys reading. Her favorite genres are fantasy or magical fiction. There's little she wants or needs. She might enjoy experiences. A ticket to Spark or other venues would be an idea. I find it tough to find a gift for her. She prefers spending time with people over items or things. Well, all of you are my type of girl, so I'm going to create a fantasy kind of mythical journal for you, is what I'm going to do, my friend. And then, I don't know, probably augment that with maybe a gift card to buy a book, or, to an experience or something. So let's get started. So I have my coffee dyed papers. Every good journal needs a cover, and I'm kind of feeling this Amazon envelope, this great big Amazon envelope, which I'm going to cut down and sew around. But first, a regular page size. So I kind of want kind of the middle part. And so this should be 8.5, right? If I'm measuring correctly, yeah, 8.5. So let's do our journal at 9 by 6. Yeah, I think if we did 9 by 6. So I'm not sure. So we're basically gonna be creating a mess today. Really don't know how this is gonna work, how many videos this is gonna be, but we're just gonna kind of go with it. You get to see my entire thought process through this whole thing, or lack thereof, I guess. Okay. So 9 high by 6 wide. So I want to cut a little off the bottom, and I definitely am going to sew around this as well. So I don't know if that's going to cut through both layers, but we'll try. Does that work? For the most part. I can finish it off here with my scissors. I think anyways. Can we? Yeah, okay, so we've got that little bit off, and that will go in recycling. And then we want this to be 9. So I'm kind of shoving it under my cutter here. So I think about, does that look right? Yeah, I guess that's about right. Maybe I want to just do 9 1/8, just in case. Okay, I'll cut that down, and then we can use this stuff for tags if we so choose. I'm not sure if I'm going to like do a lot of tuck spots and stuff in this. I may just quite honestly do a lot of kind of art inspired journaling embellishments on it. Okay, that didn't fold properly, so I might have to fix this. If we screw up, that's okay, because I have lots more of these envelopes. It's a learning experience. You don't have to completely know what you're doing to create art, right? Okay. So I want this to be a little more this way. Let's do that. My thumbs still hurt, you guys, from volleyball. Okay, so I gotta fix that because that peeled away some of the envelope and left the cushy bits showing, but this is measuring bigger now. Yeah, we want this to be like 6, right? Let's do 6 1/8 on this as well, just in case. I think we can try putting this in here again. Maybe a guillotine would have been better, I don't know. Let's put it here. And we'll just run that on, and hopefully it cuts both layers. Not quite, but that's okay. Bring out our trusty scissors again. And trim that up. Now again, it's going to have the different layers. That's okay, because we are going to sew around it, so I'm going to kind of glue this together just so it doesn't come apart as we're working on it right now. And I'm going going to use my art glitter glue for that. Yeah, it's going to be double layered. I mean, we could have, no, we definitely need to do double layer to give it that thicker feel. So let's just glue this. And if I was smart, I would have put that on the outside so that I didn't have to worry about this wording on the outside, but that's all right, that's fine. You live, you learn. Okay, do the same thing on this side. Again, I'm going to sew around this, but I want to do all of my kind of like mixed media painting stuff on it first before I do that. The sewing will kind of be the last thing we do. Okay. So the first thing I want to do, or the next thing I want to do, is get my gesso and paint over. Make sure I have enough room with my microphone here. Ugh. So I can get places. Okay, grab my gesso. Actually, do I want to do gesso first? No, I think I want to change my mind. And I have just some tissue paper from, you know, lots of packaging or gifts or what have you. This is, I'm not even sure what this is from, but I want gloss. I want my regular kind of Mod Podge. And open this up. And I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to keep talking the whole time or if I'm just going to kind of be quiet and speed this up because this is going to take a bit. So we'll figure it out. Just grab a drink. Okay. So let's start with just throwing some Mod Podge down on this. Just kind of willy-nilly. And take this. And crumpling it up and then just laying it on. And I did not need to put that back in my water, but that's okay. And so we're just kind of really sticking this down. Again, it's going to be just full of texture and excitement, really. It's going to take a while to dry as well, but that's okay. Through the magic of video, we can make that happen. So we're just, yeah, I'll probably just be quiet now and do my thing and speed this up and have a little music playing overboard, so, or overboard, over top. So enjoy. Okay guys, I have finally finished this journal cover for my daughter's friend's birthday. I am absolutely in love with it. So the outside you saw me do, the only thing that I've added is obviously I went ahead and decorated the inside, added some vellum pockets, did some collaging stamping, and then to just kind of finish it off, I did do some wonky stitching. You can see there all the way around. And I think that just really finishes off this journal. I'm really quite, this journal cover anyways, I'm quite happy with it. It's kind of nice and sturdy. It does need to have a little more drying time, I think, but overall I'm very satisfied with the way that this turned out, and I'm looking forward to getting started on the insides of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and remember, P.S. I love you.